All right. Let's start tonight by writing this word on your screen down. All right. Write the word on your screen down. When you see this word, what comes to your mind? Vocabulary. Vocabulary. Okay. Oh, Bumi said new words. Fantastic. All right. Vocabulary. What comes to your mind? A few minutes ago, I tried to type it into the dictionary, Oxford Language Dictionary on Google. It gave two meanings. The first one says vocabulary is a body of words used in a particular language. A body of words used in a particular language. For those of you who have used Microsoft Word, um, Microsoft PowerPoint, or you have used Corel Draw or Premiere Pro or Photoshop or any design software, you will know what we call fonts, right? A body of fonts. Okay, so when you have a body of font, you have different expression of that particular font. You have the thin, you have the bold, you have the italicized, you have different appearance of that particular font. So when you say a body of font, which means different expression of a certain kind of font. Now, when we're talking about words, all right, which are what a dictionary contains, the number of words that you have in your arsenal in a particular language is called your vocabulary. There are words you hear for the first time that you've not heard before, all right? And there are words that you use for the first time. You do not know the meaning of that word in isolation, but somehow the word came out of your mouth and fits perfectly into a sentence you were making. All right, it fits perfectly into a sentence you're making, and then Mohammed, what happened? It fits perfectly into the sentence you're making, and you just let it go. You obviously have no idea the meaning of that specific word, but you just said it anyway because it sounds good. And somehow, the person listening to you also understood the point you were trying to make, even though there is a big risk that that new word, that singular new word that you used in the expression of that sentence might not mean what you intended. But you took the risk anyway. This has happened to me a lot of times. I don't know. Has it happened to anybody here? You're speaking. All right. You're speaking. And then all of a sudden, you just put in a word that you didn't know the meaning. And then it flows well. So things like this are called vocabulary. It's now a new word that is added to your arsenal of words, okay? The words that you actually have access to. All right. So a body of words that is used in a particular way within a language is called the body of words used in a particular language. That is the dictionary meaning of vocabulary. But tonight I'm going to be showing you how big this word you are seeing in front of you is what makes the difference between your life today and the life you desire. All right? If you're older than 24 here, I can bet that when you were probably between age 6 and age 15, you had an image of who you should be by the time you are 24. If that is you, you agree with me that between your age 6 and age 15, there is an image of who you expect yourself to be by the time you are 24. I want you to type 24. All right? You have an image. By the time I'm 24, I should be married. I should have millions. I should have this company. 24, I should have achieved A, B, C, D. But by the time you were 24, you were nothing like that image. You have not achieved anything significant, on that list that you have made for yourself. If marriage was there, you didn't even have a boyfriend and you were 24. If millionaire was there, you didn't even have a job. Talk less of being a millionaire at 24. If you had planned to build a house, you are still even trying to raise money to pay rent. And you're already 24. All right? So that's to show you that in our life, this race of our lives that we are running, there are expectations and desires, and there are realities. So there is a version of you that you desire. There's a version of you that you are planning for. But there's a version of you that you wake up into every morning. All right? As you woke up today, you woke up into a version of you. But that version of you is not the perfect version that you truly, truly desire. Can I tell you this announcement this evening? All right? That the difference between the version of you that you have right now and the version of you that you desire, as a matter of fact, the version of you that you wanted at age 24 is your vocabulary. That is what makes the difference. Now, let me help you make this very, very vivid. I wanted to show an image of someone, but I did not get the image earlier. Let me see if I can quickly get the image somehow, so that you'll be able to have it as well. Let me see if I can do that. Can I? Somebody type vocabulary. Type it for me. Vocabulary. Let me see if I can get this image. All right, I'm going to tell you a story nonetheless, and when I'm done with the story, I'll see if I can pull the image of the person and show it to you. Oh. Okay. Where are you? Give me. Okay, they should give me the image that I need when I'm ready for it. Okay, fantastic. I think I have the image. Let me see if I can bring it on. Okay. Vocabulary. My system is a little bit angry. I don't know why, but it's a bit laggy. Let's hope that we don't get into any problem. Okay, this looks a bit bigger. Yeah, they should give me what I want. Yeah, I think this is good. All right, if you are just joining, this is Family Meeting, broadcasting live from the city of Lagos. I've been in Lagos for a couple of months now, and I'm already beginning to develop Lagosian mindset, and it is pretty dangerous. I don't want to. Okay, so let me bring up the image, and then I want to quickly share this story with you, but I just wanted to see the person I'm going to be talking about. And okay, fantastic. Let me bring it to my side here. Okay, so I'm sure you can see the image that is showing next to me. This man, his name is called Peter J. Daniels. I've spoken about I've spoken about him a lot of time. Those of you who have been listening to me for a while, you must have heard me talk about this man. Um, this man is the richest man in Australia. He had major businesses in Asia, in China, and of course the entire Australia. He's the only family that has private currency, and he has his own bank. His family have their own personal bank, which is for gold and silver bullion. And he's very wealthy. He has a lot of money. He drives Rolls Royce. He used to speak, and he was once paid by Fortune 500 company for 15 minutes of advice, $1 million. So he's technically the highest paid public speaker or consultant you can think of. But of course, his business run into gold and silver, real estate, and all of that. It's very, very huge, man. But when he was 26 years old, he was an illiterate. All right? He was an illiterate. By the time he was 70 or 60 or 50, he was the richest man in his continent. All right? The difference between when he was 26, illiterate, bricklayer, all right? Illiterate bricklayer, and the time he was 50, that was now technically the richest guy in his country. All right. The difference between the two is the word that I showed you earlier, vocabulary. Now, how do I mean? This guy, when he was 26, had an encounter that changed his mind, and he decided to change his vocabulary. One of the things that I want to achieve tonight is that every one of you listening to me, including myself, will make a conscious decision by the things that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight to go on an adventure. So just wait with me and let me show you this mystery. So this man decided to buy 3 dictionaries. Dictionaries are book. So he bought 3 dictionaries. He put one in his dead car. He says the car that used to drive him, not him driving the car. Because it was when you have a car that you are the one pushing. So he put one inside the car. He put one in his bedroom. I think he put one in his bathroom or something. So he would pick any word in the dictionary and ask somebody to read it to him and tell him the meaning of the word. And then he will take the same word and run it by 2 or 3 other people to see what they are going to say about the word, if it was going to be the same with what the first person said. And that was what he did for a couple of years till he learned all the words in the dictionary. All right? He learned all the words in the dictionary. Okay? So after he learned all the words in the dictionary, he was now able to learn. So he started learning by himself. He learned economics. He learned sociology, anthropology. He learned business management and development. He learned politics. All right. He studied all of these things by himself. He did not go to any university. All right. And after he did all of this, he started building businesses. His first 4 businesses, after they grew to a certain level, all of them crashed. And then he kept starting again and again. And eventually, I think at the 4th attempt, he was able to build the biggest real estate business in Australia with offices in China and Singapore. So he went ahead to now become the Peter J. Daniels that you are hearing about today. Now, what changed about his life? His vocabulary. His vocabulary. All right? There's a research that was done by Harvard University some years ago, ladies and gentlemen. And they came up and interviewed about 1,000 millionaires in dollars and find out what made you rich. What did you do to become rich? What are the things you are doing? What are your routines like and everything and all of that? Excuse me. And at the end of that research, they discovered that all the millionaires that they interviewed, all of them have similar kind of vocabulary. All of them had similar kinds of vocabulary. It means the words that they spoke were similar. They say virtually similar things at every time. So, the difference between the rich and the poor is their vocabulary. I want you to say after me vocabulary. Repeat it. Vocabulary is the difference between the rich and the poor. Vocabulary is the difference between the rich and the poor. Now, some of you would think it is English language or accent. No, that's not vocabulary. Please don't get it wrong. Vocabulary, vocabulary, it's a collective bank of words, some certain kinds of words that are used within any language. So you can be a Yoruba speaking person but have the right vocabulary in Yoruba, you will be wealthy. Did you understand me? You can have the right set of vocabulary in Igbo language, you will be wealthy. You can have the right vocabulary in Swahili and you will still be wealthy. So the difference are the kinds of words, the group of words, the kinds of words you speak. I'll give you a very popular example that a lot of you must have read about. They said the poor says, this was, I first read this in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. I cannot afford it. That is the vocabulary of the poor. But the vocabulary of the rich says, how can I afford it? You will notice that the vocabulary of the poor is always conclusive. But the vocabulary of the rich is always asking question. When you ask question, you are creating room for productivity. You're creating room for discovery. All right? You're creating room for innovation when you ask question. This phone is great. Is the language of the poor. How can this phone be better? Is the language of the rich. Are you getting where I'm going with this? All right? The choice of words determines everything. Now, the kind of words you speak determines how people respond to you. You can have the best intention in this world, but if you cannot capture it in the right words, if your vocabulary is wrong, they can beat you to stupor. I remember a story that a friend once told me. This is a very funny story. So this particular guy, this is an old friend of mine, probably 2 decade kind of old friend. So this guy, he usually smiles a lot. He has a beautiful set of teeth, so he likes to smile. He's very handsome. I mean, I used to wish I was fine like this guy. All right. Nene, are you fine? Great lifting, are you fine? Your hands are here. That is a wrong vocabulary. You will sleep soon. All right. So this guy, he likes to appreciate people. If he's going and he sees somebody's dress looks so good, he will go to you and say, hello, your dress is so nice. The person will just smile. If he sees a beautiful girl, he will go and, tell the lady, oh, you're beautiful. It's just a cool guy. So he said one day, vocabulary failed him. So he saw this beautiful lady smiling and had a very lovely dimple. And my friend went in front of this lady as usual and smiled at her and said, oh, young lady, you have a very... And this was the way he said it. I love your nipples. And the lady said, what did you say? He repeated it. I love your nipples. And the lady gave him bola. And he was like, what? That was when he realized that village people from Delta State have followed him. He had a great intention, but vocabulary failed him. Oh my goodness. He had, you know, so the use of words determines everything about your life. What kind of words are you using? Huh? That's just on a lighter note. But ladies and gentlemen, when two people are trying to sell the same product, let's say this phone, one of them is selling 10 pieces per day. The other one is barely selling one in a month. Check the both of them. The difference is their vocabulary. When you write a copy and people are rushing to buy the product you are trying to sell inside the copy, and when you write a copy and nobody is asking, what are you selling? The difference in the copy is the vocabulary. All right. When a guy asks a lady out and the lady said, take me to mama. And then another guy asked a lady out and the lady said, who are you, me to you? I can't remember how ladies used to say those things. Me to you, you to Nepa pole, that kind of stuff. It is because of the vocabulary. So vocabulary makes the difference between what you want and what you have. Write that down. The difference between what I want and what I have is my vocabulary. We have had the stories of great kings of old who will motivate a lot of people. And people will carry sword and gun and go to battle and say, yeah, glory, let us go and die. It is the words that they spoke, vocabulary. Okay? An army general will talk and soldiers will don't want to fight. And another one will come and speak to them. The same army, vocabulary. And the armies will say, let us go and die. Yeah, we want to die for our country. Why? Vocabulary. So vocabulary determines what you have in your life. It makes people do what you want. So it's the difference between if people are going to do what you want them to do, if they are going to slap you while you are still talking. Vocabulary. Vocabulary. Has this ever happened to any one of you that you got really angry with somebody maybe because they did something and you were like, if I see him, I'm going to punch him, I'm going to kick him, I'm going to do that, and then you saw the person and the first word that came out of the mouth of the person, you forgot all the plans you had. Just your heart just melted. Has that ever happened to you? Or maybe you are the one that somebody told you that this person said if he sees you, he's going to do this, going to do that, and then you showed up and the person forgot all the plans of what they needed to do. Vocabulary. So every material things you have, all right. A mentor of mine once told the story of him going to a car lot, and then he looked at the latest Range Rover in that car lot and then told the person that owns the place that I want this car. The person was like, oh, amazing. This is the price and everything. When should I do the paperwork? And everything. He said, no, I don't have the money yet, but I want to take the car home now. And the guy started laughing. Said, even if you put jazz for mouth, said it in Yoruba, it will not work. So he said no. And then he started to tell the owner of the car lot a story about himself. And he told him stories of how different Range Rover had come into his life and how he had given it out to people by instruction he got from God. And the person told him, take the car. As a matter of fact, come in 2 days' time, I will have the car licensed. And then you can pay and all of that. So he wrote post-dated check, 4 checks, and gave to the guy and carried the car home. All right? Vocabularies. All right? So the consciousness of the kind of vocabulary you have is what begins your journey to the life you desire. When you know that you have the wrong vocabulary, you begin to chart your path to the kind of life you desire. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I've come to share with you today, what we are starting class with today, is to tell you that the difference between the life you have and the life you want to have is your vocabulary. So the rich have a certain vocabulary they use. The poor have a certain vocabulary that they use. And you do not become rich. Please write this down. You do not become rich when you have millions in your account. You do not become rich when you have millions in your account. Let me rephrase it this way. You do not become a millionaire when you have millions in your account. You become a millionaire when you start to behave the way millionaires do. Let me repeat that so you can get it. You do not become a millionaire when you have millions in your account. You become a millionaire when you start to behave the way millionaires do. And one of the attributes of any man is his vocabulary. How many of you know Gary V? Who can give me 2 words in the vocabulary of Gary V? You know Gary Vaynerchuk, one Russian-American guy like that. Who knows Gary V? Who can give me at least 2 words? Some say compassion, okay? Anyone else? Visoye, how are you? He said F word. Now you know him very well. So he always says fuck. Fuck. Yes, he says it a lot. He says dick as well. You dickhead. You fuck. Okay, didn't say you fuck. No, fucking this, that, fucking. Sorry, let me not talk like him. But, but that's, if you were hearing somebody speak and the person is making sense and then start using fucking you dickhead, whatever, you will most likely assume this is likely Gary V talking. Even without seeing the face. That's just to show you that your vocabulary is one of the ways we can easily identify your behaviors, one of your attributes. So, like I told you earlier, a research was done on 1,000 millionaires in the US, and they discovered they all use similar vocabularies. Most of their statements are open-ended. They are concluded in questions. Especially when they talk to themselves, they don't conclude this is the end of this. All right? When you conclude that this is the end of something, you kill innovation. You're not able to improve on it. Ideas are not flowing because you have closed shop already. You have concluded on it. All right? So, that is very important. Now, I want to do a simple exercise. I want to do a simple exercise. Let's take about 4 unique words. I'm going to get back to this matter very soon. This is not really what I wanted to teach tonight, but I believe that's what somebody needs. I want to mention about 4 comparisons of words. And I'm going to ask you to give me the difference between these words. And I'm going to do my best to explain them to you, introducing the power of vocabulary. This is very, very cool. All right. Okay, number one, I was talking to somebody today and asked the person this question: what is the difference between these two words, interpretation and translation? These two words, interpretation and translation. Ah, Chris Obama don't buy ring light. Oh, hey, Daddy Freeze, we are coming for you. What is the difference between the words interpretation and translation? If I had known this thing, I would have paid attention to English class when I was in secondary school, so that we have good vocabularies. Mohammed, don't worry. We can always change title later. I cannot change title now. Let's focus on class. So, the difference between interpretation and translation, who can help me? Who knows the difference? Please type if you can. If you're on Zoom and you'd like to speak, please raise your hand so I can ask you to unmute and then give me. Let's take it as a simple exercise. Casey. Okay, Casey, you better get it right. Anyway, you will get it right because you must have heard me define them before. All right, Casey.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Interpretation.
Hey, some people have gone to ChatGPT. Oh, cool. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, interpretation is like giving the definition of something you're trying to interpret.
You don't even know what you want to say, and you're raising hand. I will attack you now. Go and think again. Let me allow Obama say his own first. Then you come back when you have your thoughts together. Somebody copy ChatGPT and forgot to remove the last and copy for me. Is there anything else you like to know? I will not call your name. All right, Chris. Hi, Chris.
Good evening. Good evening, Dr. Sam.
Your voice is far away, but I can still hear you. Yes, good evening.
Yes. Basically, let me hold it closer to me. Interpretation is actually trying to explain the meaning of an idea. Interpretation.
Okay.
Meanwhile, translation will be from one language to another language.
Okay. Fantastic.
In a summary way. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you.
This is my knowledge here. It's not ChatGPT.
I know. I know. Okay. Let me take a lady, Amaka, for real.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Amaka. All right.
I understand interpretation to deal with the spoken words in real time, while translation focuses on written content. Yeah.
Oh, are you sure?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I have Gabriel. I think Gabriel is the last person I'm going to call. You guys have done amazing work in the comment section. I'm loving this. Some of you are fumbling it up, but some of you are doing great. Gabriel. Hi, Gabriel. Are you there?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I'm there. Good evening, everyone. Okay, so interpretation is just you saying things in your own point of view, the way you understand it. But when we talk of translation, you are just like change the language from one form to another without changing the exact concept of that. Then,
Okay.
so that is what I would say.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. All right. Let me see what I can read from YouTube. Somebody say explaining a text in a way the listener can understand. That's interpretation. Okay, the person did not talk about translation. All right. Interpretation deals with spoken language in real time, while translation focuses on written content. Ooh. Okay, why translation is saying a word from another language to another. Okay, fantastic. So, um, if you have ever been to a gathering where a speaker doesn't speak the language of the audience, they always have another person that is called an interpreter. All right. What most of the so-called interpreter really does is translation. They really do not interpret. They just try to convert what the person is saying in his language to the language of the audience. So for each word that the speaker spoke, they try to look for the meaning of that word in the other language so they can put it together and then say it. So most of the time, when a word is translated, it loses its meaning. All right, it loses the intent of the speaker when it's crossing from one language to the other. All right, interpretation on the other hand can be in the same language. I can speak English and then you interpret what I said in English also in English. Did you get it? So you don't need to convert language to interpret, but translation, you're converting from one language to the other, and it does not necessarily have to capture the entire intention of the speaker. Okay, so it could be 85% match, 50% match in some cases, because there are words in language A that does not exist in language B. So for you to be able to take the word in language A and explain it to somebody in language B, you would have to use multiple words, compound words in language B, all right, for the one in language A to be able to understand it. For example, I really don't have an example in my head, but I'm trying to capture a certain word. Um, how many of you understand Yoruba? Let me use Yoruba. It's kind of my main non-English language that I can speak very well. If you say kwete kwete, kwete kwete, not kwete kwete, but kwete kwete, and you want to say it in English, you cannot find one word that will mean kwete kwete in English. All right. So you would have to look for compound words to explain what kwete kwete means. All right. That is the way translation works. Okay. But interpretation, in the other hand, is not limited to one word for one word in another language. No, it's about conveying the intention of the speaker, all right, to the listener, so that the listener would have deep understanding of what is being spoken. Do you get it? Now I will ask you a question. Would you rather be a translator or an interpreter? Is the flat parts of a cutlass. Did you get it? Would you rather be an interpreter or a translator? So here's the deal. Translators are not paid, or they are not paid well. But interpreters are paid well. Computer and AI can easily translate, but they will find it difficult to correctly interpret. At least for now. In the future, a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are happening in the future. So, understanding context, understanding emotion, all right, are very important when we are conveying a message that someone means to other people that wants to hear them. So, what is the economic impact of being an interpreter? People, we always need interpreters. Is there anyone here that has not read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad? Please type 222. That book is probably 200 and something pages or so. Now, all of you typing 222 who have not read that book, if I can if I can interpret the entire essence of that book in a 1 hour masterclass, would you be interested in watching that masterclass rather than going to read the book for yourself? Give me a yes or a no. If I can if I can interpret, that's the word, all the concepts within that book into a 1 hour masterclass with actionable steps that you can begin to follow, with results checklists that can allow you get the most out of that book. Using myself as an example, moving from a broke, poor person to a multi-millionaire in dollars as a consequence of what is in the book, helping you see what you can begin to do to create similar results in your life. How many of you will want that kind of masterclass? Are you getting where I'm going with this? So an interpreter is someone who convey the mind of the originator of a word or group of words in a way that the listener understand exactly what is in the mind of the person who originated the word. You see, almost everybody who had not read that book would love or prefer a 1 hour interpretation from someone like me than going to read the book again. So, what does this mean? Listen to this thing I'm about to say. Every solution people are looking for has already been given out. But there are lack of interpreters who will convert it into a format that the person with the problem can work with. Do you understand? Whatever you need in your life right now, the solution to it is outside. Someone has written a book about it. Somebody has done a course about it. Somebody has done YouTube content about it. Somebody has done some videos about it. Somebody has written an article about it. All of those things are out there. You need an interpreter, all right, to be able to give it to you. That's the difference between your CRK teacher and the bishop of your church. Your CRK teacher is still being owed salary, but the bishop of your church flies private jets. They are both trying to convey the words in the Bible to you. Your CRK teacher teaches you words from the Bible, teaches you Bible. Your bishop also teaches you Bible. But your bishop is wealthy because he's an interpreter. Your Bible knowledge teacher is a translator. Do you get it? And we have difference in pastors and bishops. Some bishops are wealthy, some are struggling. Let me not use the word bishop now so that you won't be thinking about Oyedepo or someone else. Your pastor, let me use pastor generally, religious church leader. Some church leaders are doing very well. Some are struggling. Why? The way they interpret the Bible. So the one who can interpret the Bible for you to see clearly, oh, this is what the Bible means. This is what I can do. From this, this is what I can do. And my life changes. That one makes more from life, has more influence, has more impact, has more power, has more money, has more anointing. So, do not be a translator. Become an interpreter. I'm still going to come back to this. So this is just one out of about 4 that we are going to be dealing with. Have you written it down? Be an interpreter, not a translator. Number 2. What is the difference between emulation and imitation? What is the difference between the word emulation and the word imitation? Imitation and emulation. What is the difference? All right, one of them will land you in jail. The other one will land you on Forbes' list of billionaires. One of them will land you in jail. Bisoye, God bless you. I like that. Copy blindly. Oh my goodness. Because I wrote something like that down in my notes. Now you're beginning to think like me. I love this. I love this. What is the difference? Emulation is to take after someone, while imitation is to fake of the original. Ooh, copycat. Thank you, Elizabeth. Emulation is becoming, while imitation is trying to act like. Emulator steal wisely. Oh, okay. Somebody says English class. Yes. A lot of you are not having the kind of money you want because your English language, you didn't pass it. So this is economic English language. Emulation is doing what other person is doing without tweaking it at all. Imitation is doing exactly like the other person. Maruf Ibrahim, you did not get it well. Oh. You are almost there, but you did not get it well. Obama says imitation will involve copyright infringements. Yeah. Emulation learn from ideas and environment, and it sparks innovative ideas and ventures. How many of you, by the way, have seen the Samsung S24? Not the Ultra, but the S24. Do you know that if you put iPhone 15 and the S24 face up or sideways, you cannot know the difference between the two phones? How many of you have noticed that? The first time, a Samsung phone looks exactly like an iPhone. Exactly. The same titanium on the side, the same button orientation, everything the same, curve, everything the same. The only difference is the camera at the back. The camera orientation, the way they arrange the camera. That's the only difference in the structure of that phone. Or when you turn it on, it look exactly the same. But why hasn't Apple sued Samsung for doing that? Can I say something polarizing here? Do you know that there is no difference between Pepsi and Coke? in taste. Thank you. Those of you who know. Thank you. Those of you who do not know. Aha. Yes, I said it's going to be polarizing. Thank you. Do you know how I knew? Those days that I used to do physical seminars, guy, almost every day I did do seminar that year. There is something that is an highlight of all my seminars. I will put either Pepsi or Coke inside 2 cups. So the 2 cups will contain, if I'm using Coke, I'll put Coke in cup 1, Coke in cup 2. Listen, oh. Then I will put half bottle of Pepsi, half bottle of Coke in front of people. Then they do not know which one is in which cup. But I label the cup A, cup B. Then I tell them to come and taste. Guys, it's the same drink that is inside the cup. But I put Pepsi on one bottle, half bottle of Pepsi, half bottle of Coke. They are still branded. So they see that, oh, in their mind, I poured half Pepsi into one, half Coke into one. Are you following me? Then I'll tell them, if you are sure there is difference in the taste, you can, oh yeah, come and taste this and tell me. And everybody will say cup A is Pepsi, cup B is Coke, or cup B is Pepsi, cup A is Coke. Nobody for those number of years that I did that experiment has ever said, no, they are both Pepsi or they are both Coke. Nobody. Even you that you are arguing, I know the difference. There is difference. Oh, if I give you the experiment, I bet you $10,000. You will tell me one is Pepsi, one is Coke. So the only difference is in the fact that the branding had already told you this thing you're about to drink tastes different. The branding told you this thing you're about to drink tastes Coke. The branding tells you you're about to drink tastes Pepsi. So in your mind, you believe that it tastes different. Don't worry. I've casted my style now. I won't use it. I've not even used it in years. Almost 10 years now that I've last used it. So I've casted it. But go and try the experiment with people. Go and try it. All right. So, but why are they not suing each other? Because Pepsi emulated Coke perfectly. They did not imitate Coke. Okay? So, let me give you one example. And then I will apply this so that you'll understand where I'm going with this. This is 2 out of 4. I still have 2 more that will blow your mind. There's a guy in the Bible. His name is Moses. I think the Quran knows him as Musa, a prophet. Great guy. All right. And he faced a challenge. He was leading his country people from a particular location to another location. And on their way, they met a large sea, and they didn't have boats. They didn't have anything to cross the sea. To make matters worse, an army of enemy is pursuing them from the back, and they will soon catch up with them in less than half a day. So they were charging towards them, half a day's ride, and they will be with them. And this enemy has weapons. They did not have weapons. They have actually collected goods of the enemy. So they were carrying gold and silver. So there is a need for them to be able to cross the river or the sea. So Moses got an inspiration from God that he should stretch forth his rod and tell the people to enter the water. So he did that, and when his leg touches the water parted, and there was a dry land for them to walk on in the midst of the sea to the other side. And then it happens that the enemy met them while still walking through the sea, and they also ran into the sea. Unfortunately for the enemy, when the last person came out, the water closed up on the enemies. Anyways, fast forward a few years later, Moses had died. A young warrior had taken over from Moses. He's now the new leader. They call him Joshua. Joshua faced a similar situation as Moses. There was also a river called Jordan River in front of him. And they needed to cross the Jordan River. Mind you, Joshua was with Moses when they crossed the sea some years back. He saw what he did, that the sea parted. Now, this is what a lot of people do. This is looking like church now, but I'm not in church. But I believe you can learn from this, and I'm going to attach this to our class. Joshua had the opportunity to say, every time we face water in front, to part the water, there is a formula. And the formula is to get a rod and stretch it forth and enter the water. Because I saw my leader did the same thing. So what a lot of people do is, I saw Sam Harvard do family meetings every Sunday. I would also start an affiliate company and start doing family meeting every Sunday. That is his secret. Oh, I saw he run ads on Instagram. I will also start to run ads on Instagram. Are you following me? Are you seeing where I'm going? Small. Oh, his style is he wears dark framed glass. And he has a Shure mic. You know how many people have gone to buy Shure mic because I use Shure mic? Imitation. Oh, his secret is because he wear black kaftan with bling bling. So I'll go and sew some. So that he would also... Hey, God. I was once like that. My mentor used to put pocket square. So I went to go and cut handkerchief and put as pocket square too. So I said, it's the pocket square. So Joshua had the opportunity to say, because Moses stretched forth his rod, all right, and Red Sea parted, I am also going to stretch a rod, and Jordan will also part. Are you following me? To make matters worse, when Moses died, God Almighty spoke to Joshua and said, my servant Joshua, Moses is dead. You will now take over from Moses. Then God promised him, as I was with Moses, so will I be with you. What other endorsement does he need to go and imitate what Moses did? He could have easily said, God has said, as he was with Moses, so will he be with me? Okay, where's my own rod? Oh, yeah, rod, part. What would have happened? The Jordan would not part. They will come and carry him right there. Do you get it? But instead of doing that, he decided to get his own formula and went to ask, what do I need to do for us to get across this same situation that someone else had passed through in the past? Now, a lot of you hear stories of great people or people who have done something you are trying to do. And you think the solution is by doing exactly what they did. You are an imitator. What they did, or what you read that they did, or what you heard that they did, is only supposed to be a foundation on which you are going to build your own strategies. Copy and paste, no, they work. What did I say? Copy and paste, no, they work. Now, I make one guy wait and see go for him pocket, go police station. He go copy statement of another person with the police station. And the person in murder case he gets. He go copy murder case statement, right? Imagine. Copy, no, they work. Will go put you for jail. Can you get me, everybody? So, he went and got his own strategy. And with his own strategy, was able to cross. So stop looking for copy and paste. A lot of you have been copying and pasting. You look like toothpaste already because you have pasted so much. You are looking like toothpaste. All right. There is a unique strategy to you, and the foundation can come from other person's strategy. All right. Everything I've done to make money, to develop my skill, to be a good salesperson are only foundations for you to build on. You cannot do well by doing exactly what I do. So, imitators are people who carry exactly what someone else is doing without adding any originality to it. All right. And then they try to do exactly the same thing. Somebody say, Tioni is rich because Tioni does not copy me. He learned from me. He does not. He doesn't. Anyone that has copied me, they have stopped because they have gone bankrupt. All right. So great artists are emulators. They steal from multiple people in a strategic way. So imitators copies blindly, but emulators strategically, they steal strategically. Yeah. How did I even write it here? Let me check. Okay, the model strategic is called strategic modeling. Yeah, that's the word. Write it down. Strategic modeling. They model strategically. They model strategically. They model strategically. So, between being an imitator and an emulator, which one would you like to be? Do you notice the words I'm giving you are similar? And people use them interchangeably without knowledge. Some of you have probably even used them before. Are you noticing the trends that I'm giving you? Translation, interpretation, people use them interchangeably. Emulator and imitator, they sound like the same thing. So today I'm dealing with vocabulary. So you cannot be a translator, you can only be an interpreter. That's what you should be. You cannot be an imitator, you must be an emulator. So you must model what works in other people strategically. Excuse me. I know, say, copywriters and marketers have used the word copy and paste in a bid to sell their market. Say, this one, you don't need to know anything. Just copy and paste our strategies. Copy and paste our strategy and you will make money. $1,000 every month. Copy and paste strategy. You know, want to write headline. Say, this copy and paste strategy will help you make $1,000 a month. Watch this webinar below. So that how many people have how many of you are Nigerians here? I owe you 1 million naira, and I'm saying this publicly. If you can get an affiliate marketing platform, any affiliate marketing platform in Nigeria, if you're in Nigeria, that 10% of its members, paid members, have made 1 million naira from affiliate marketing since they started. I owe you 1 million. If you can prove that to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Lenoflix, Expartner, Digistem, whatever it is. Whatever the name is, Stakeout, Seller, someone says Eka. Any one of them. Find out the total number of members. Calculate 10% of that number. And come and show me if that 10% have made 1 million. Like the minimum they have made is 1 million and above. There is none of them. There is none of them. There is none of them. Expartner, for example, has over 200,000 paid members. What is 10% of 200,000? 20,000. I will stop doing public figure or internet marketing if you can prove to me that 20,000 people have made at least 1 million from Expartner. There is no platform. Even Lenoflix cannot try it. No platform. So I say, what of even Ziba? No platform. It's not fake marketing. I'm just saying. I'm talking numbers now. I'm just talking. Hey, do you know what 20,000 people means? All the people that are making 100 million, they are not up to 500 people. Talk less of 1,000 people. Yes, I know you are saying screenshot, but how many people? Bata, 1,000 people. I don't even think they're up to 1,000 people. There's no affiliate marketing platform that has 1,000 people that has made 1 million minimum. 1,000 people. Not one of them. Not one of them. So I'm only telling you. Copy and paste. Come on, just copy and paste. What has most of the top sellers in affiliate marketers turned to? They have all gone to create courses to teach fresh people affiliate marketing. So you come, you buy courses, and the only way you make money is to go and sell the same course to other people who also go through the course and go and sell the course to other people. You see what the industry is becoming? Please note. Thank you, Jare. The point I'm making is not dissing a platform. It has nothing, absolutely nothing, because I also quoted my own platform. Maybe you notice. It has nothing to do with platform. It has absolutely nothing to do with the platform. It has everything to do with, we all have 95% imitators and less than 5% emulators. Did you get me? 95% of the people that joins these platforms, including you that you are listening to me here, probably, you are an imitator. So they tell you, meet Bruno. Bruno was broke. He lost his phone and then he joined Expartner and then he made millions. Be like Bruno. Or this is Abdul Salam. He was a bricklayer and now he has made 200 million. Come and join and be like Abdul Salam. And almost all of you joined these two platforms because of these two stories. You know I'm shaking the table well. Not so? Aha. So all of you are copying the same stuff. Okay, what do we do? WhatsApp marketing. Let's send people messages. Let's do this. Do the same process. The same process. And that does not help anyone. Let me say this. This is why from end of February, as a matter of fact, class will kick off in March. We want to introduce a little difference into affiliate marketing by creating emulators, not imitators. So we're going to be starting, some of you know it again or already, what we call affiliate marketing certification program. So what we intend to do with affiliate marketing certification program is to take every student, all right, into a place where they can make money online without necessarily selling our affiliate products. A lot of you know that my teachings are not to make you top affiliate within our platform. Our platform is a place you are test running the skill you are learning. It has always been about the skill for me. And most of my most successful students did not even make their millions from affiliate marketing. Most of them. Most of them did not make their millions from affiliate marketing. But they learned what I have to teach and they went to apply it into something else. And it worked for them because the things work. The only problem is we have imitators. So the certification program will show you 10 layers of skill you need to have. This one, you will do it. Oh. This one is not, see, the affiliate marketing certification program is not about making money. There's no promise of money. Nobody's going to tell you, come join, you will make 1 million. No, wallah, you will not make money. It is not about money. It's about building a profession as a professional middleman. All right? Or building a career as an influencer. And by yourself, you will find multiple ways to apply your knowledge and make money. So you will pick based on the general information you're going to be getting, the skills you're going to be learning. But you will be the one to choose where you want to go and apply it. Do you know that in 5 years from now, somebody record what I'm about to say, Chris Obama is going to be one of the richest real estate guy from Cameroon. This is 2024. By 2029, he's going to be one of the richest guys in real estate in Cameroon. Do you know? Fantastic. Why did I say that? Because it's going to be an emulator, not an imitator. Somebody type vocabulary. That's what see the difference between where you want and where you are is your vocabulary. Obama, they say make you smile. Now I say you go be multi-billionaire in Cameroon and in real estate, you know they smile. I mean, make I call another person name. I bet who the Cameroon? Yeah, we want the make I give. Today is Sunday. I did prophetic, very very prophetic. Anyway. So why did I text Avi Mama, I see you. Why did I mention his name? Jordan, he says, if everyone becomes emulator, the world will not be balanced. Okay, so this is the reality of the world we live in. Everyone can never become anything. There is nothing on this earth that everyone will be. All right? There is nothing. Everyone cannot even have eternal life. Everyone cannot also be rich. I've said this over and over and over. There is no financial system that will make everyone rich. It doesn't exist anywhere. Not in heaven, not on earth, not even in hell. There will always be class and categories in everything. That's the reason the word equality is not a practicable word, but the word equity is more practicable. Fingers, they say, are never going to be equal. All right? So, thank you, Kelvin, Jare. It's everyone here. Out of the over 200,000 people we have in Ziba family, see the number of people who are here alive. A lot of them have taken Samavad as their arch enemy, as if I'm their problem. Huh? Some of them invested 100,000 in shares or something, and because they have not made 10 million with 100,000, I am their number one enemy. Some, we have issues of withdrawal for a couple of months now. I am now number one enemy, public enemy number one. They are not here. So, whatever you are learning by being here, are they learning it? Most likely not. So, whatever you can become based on what you are learning now, would they likely become that thing? Most likely not. Do you understand now? So, there is no such thing as everyone winner. It just doesn't work. All right? But what I love about life is that everyone has the ability to try and become. So only those who do and pay the price will become. But everyone will not pay the price. Everyone will not. So only very few will always pay the price, and those few will always succeed above the rest. All right. Okay, so I've given you two now. I gave you interpretation and translation, or interpreter and translator. And I gave you emulation and imitation. Who's ready for number 3? Number 3. All right. Write these two words down. Broke versus poor. Broke versus poor. Broke versus poor. That's BROKE VS or versus POOR. What is the difference between being broke and being poor? Jordan, well done. You know, say this one don't attend my class well. I say a lot will relate to this one because I don't teach you now well. All right. Broke is a current lack of cash, but poor is nothing day. Okay. All right, give me answer. Poor is a condition of the mind. Oh my God. Bisoye is busting my head today. Broke equals to temporal. Poor is endemic. Okay. I'm loving these students now. Right. Please, ladies and gentlemen, while you are thinking about the difference between these two, do you remember that I said having money is not what makes you a millionaire? Having $1 million, for example, doesn't make you a millionaire. All right? What makes you a millionaire is if you have the habits of millionaires. All right? If you have the habits of millionaires, the behaviors, the mindsets. All right? Okay, broke is not having cash at the moment. Why poor is lacking ability. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Some people are stealing my notes here. Broke is a skillful yet cashless person. Being broke is just a reflection of a cashless bank account. Yeah. Broke is temporary lack of cash. Poor is permanent state of penury. Oh. So let me blow some people's mind here. Do you know that it is possible for you to have $1 million in your bank account and you are still poor? Do you know it is possible to have 10 million in your bank account and you are still poor? I'm in Nigeria, don't worry. It's not miracle. It is NEPA. Do you know it is possible to have 100 million in your bank account and you are still poor? So being poor is not equal to lack of cash. Mm. Mm. But being poor is inability to produce cash. So, when you do not know how to recreate cash or create and recreate cash, you are poor. You might have cash and it can come from all kinds of means, like a fluke. You can play lottery and win. You can win jackpots. You can play bet ninja or sporty bets or whatever bets and win a lot of money. All right. You can do pika, Yahoo Yahoo, and get some quick money. You can win giveaway. You can be that lady on Twitter that say he cooks for husband 4 a.m. or whatever, and the whole world has dashed her money. I saw another woman now went to tie drip for hand and say, I'm cooking for my husband at 5 a.m. with drip. People say, oh, you're nobody could give you shingban. You can have cash, but you are poor. So, guys, look at this definition. The materials you have is not a measure of your rich or poor. What determines if you are rich is how long it takes you to make back everything you have today if you lose them all. Let me repeat this definition. The definition of being rich is not in how many things you have, materials, bank account, businesses, watches, gadget, material houses, land, everything. No. What measure if you're rich, truly, if you are not poor, is how long it will take you. See, this is a function of time. It takes you to regenerate everything you currently have if you lose them. So I want you to imagine all the things you have today. Try and check your bank balance. Check your house. Check your clothes. Check everything you have, your car. If you wake up tomorrow and none of these material things are there, your company is no longer there, your bank account, Piam, has gone, all your clothes has gone except the one you are wearing in your body. All right? You automatically saw yourself in the bush close to your area. The house, someone else is living there. You know, you don't have accommodation. You know, if you have a building, you don't have that building anymore. You don't have your business anymore. You don't have any of these material things anymore. How long will it take you to get back to where you are today? Some people, never. Some people, to take them a lifetime. Some people, they will hang themselves. Depression will kill some. So, let me shock. Is there anyone here that is a young guy and is not married? I want to teach you something I used to do. Maybe you can try it. If you are married, you can't try this because you will be in trouble. Big trouble. Now, some years ago, I learned this definition I just gave you. And I try to measure how rich I am by giving out everything that I have, every material that I have. I'll give it all out. Then I'll move to a new city and start life afresh. I started it in a city called Oshogbo, Osun State. Now, I got into Oshogbo, I think 2011, 2012. I went to do NYSC after 8 years in school. They finally released me to go and serve. So I went to serve. So I went into Oshogbo, broke. My relationship that was 2 months to wedding had just broken up. The lady said she's not doing again because I was broke. She found a better guy, and then left me. And so I was heartbroken. I was also pocket broken. I was also bank account broken. And then I went to NYC like that. But I had my skills, ability to speak. Oh my God. Glory to God. That one did not leave me. They did not break up with me with that one. So I can still speak. So I went into NYSC in Osun State with that. And I was hustling all through. They were paying us a stipend, Alawi 19,000 naira, I think at that time, 19,800 naira. Yeah. So I was getting that. They were also paying 5,000 for our day job, but they weren't paying that every month. All right. So I got a job as a facilitator. I was also teaching mathematics in the secondary school. So I was facilitating training. Then later I went into marketing. I was making millions for the company that I was working for. And they were not paying me yet. So after service started paying, one thing led to the other. I struggled. You've heard the story before. I had a breakthrough, made my first million, and then 1 million became 27 million, became more millions that I can't even remember. I bought cars, bought for my mom, bought for myself, bought for my pastor. I became big boy and everything. And then all of a sudden, I became tired. I was no longer doing network marketing because network marketing was what gave me those breakthrough. So I relaxed and I was trying to look for the next big thing to do in my life. And so one day I decided to relocate. And I said, I'm not living here with anything. So I called all my friends and everybody I know. Some of them traveled down. The one that went for my AC went for the AC. The one that went for TV went for TV. The one that went for my sofa, my mattress. That's how they took everything I had. The only thing that I left with was my car. So the reason I went with that car is so that if I don't have where to stay, I will be sleeping in the car. So I drove myself all the way from Osun State to Abuja. And then I had called a church member who who had a younger brother in Abuja, and then showed me a particular hotel that I was paying 9,000 naira a night for. So I was sleeping in that hotel, and I had, of course, I went with my phone and laptop, so I still had those ones. So I had a beautiful idea of a new business that I wanted to do. And I got into Abuja, started gathering people together on WhatsApp, started talking to them and all of that. And eventually I was able to build 26 days in that hotel. I got a 2-bedroom apartment in Abuja. And then when I got the 2-bedroom apartment, I did not have money to put interior or any furniture inside. All I could buy was a mattress and a bed sheet. I didn't have money for curtain. I bought one pillow, and I was sleeping. I didn't even buy bed sheet immediately. I bought bed sheet like a week later. So I had a pure naked mattress, one pillow, and I was able to buy this double-edged cooker, the one they put on the tabletop, so I can be eating noodles. Then one day, I used to attend this big church. How many of you know Koza? So I used to go to Koza. And one of my problems with Koza, there are too many fine ladies in Koza. So when we were closing Koza and driving my fine car out of church, they will go and stay. Junction, please. So one of those aunties that say Junction, please, decided to come and cook for me in the house. With her own money. It's good to be good, Sha. So she cooked for me and I later had to buy a fridge. So I bought this fake fridge. Very, very fake fridge. So she puts the stuff there, and 2 months later, I was able to equip the entire house with brand new stuff that were better than the ones I left behind in Osun. So when you check it, in 3 months of living Osun State, I had better material things than I left behind. Solomon said that's where you worship. Be careful of those junctions, sir. I cannot share the full story here. This a lot of people are not 18 years old yet, but just know that I got a breakthrough of food. Anyways, a few years later, I called all the people that were living with me. There were about 7 of them, and I told them I want to write my will of this house. So all of you submit application what you want. The person that want my PS, person that want my TV, person that want my piano, the one person that want my study, the one person that want fridge. Let me tell you, in 2018, I had this girlfriend that, she was skeptical about me when we first met until she came to Abuja, and then she attended. We had this global business conference that I hosted then. I gave out 7 cars that day. All right, and people came from different countries, from Cameroon, from Ghana, from Liberia, from Kenya. People came from different countries to attend that event. So when she saw how big I was, hey, the moment she got home, know what she did? She collected my ATM card, picked my car key, picked one of my boys, and went into the mall. And then she bought a bigger cooker. You know this cooker where they stand, where they get oven under, get multiple heads. She bought one. Bought a very big Ayatamoku fridge that has all this double door whatever fridge. She bought one. She started to buy things. I was wondering. I was just getting alert. What is going on, auntie? Said, we have to prepare for the family and all of that. And the last thing she did was, all the boys that were staying with me, she made me rent house for them so that they leave the house because she was planning for marriage. Anyways, one day I woke up and I told all these boys to take everything that I had, including my car. I left, carried 1 box of clothes, and then flew to another city called Port Harcourt. And I went to start life afresh there in Port Harcourt. I started staying in an hotel, for 1 week, rented a 2-bedroom. This was when they just released lockdown. This was in 2020. So I left broke because to raise money for flight itself was wahala. I just had plan. So I left everything I had, moved into Port Harcourt, got another 2-bedroom, equip everything, all of that. And then one day, I took 1 bag again and then moved to Dubai and left everything again in Port Harcourt for somebody. So now I have 3 3 times that I've left all that I had. All that I had. I just gave it out to people and then I went to start afresh. And then in few months, I will always have back multiples of the things that I left behind. So if you're a young person here, you can try that. So what that does for me is to look at every of those my previous stage and calculate after I let everything go, how long it took me to have it back. That's the measure of how rich I am. Or let's say the measure of how poor I am. Victoria said, why did I do all of this? I did it to show myself that the measure of my wealth is not in the material things I possess. Because that is the fluke. That is the lie for a lot of you. You are waiting till the day you have millions in your account before you say, I have arrived, I am rich. You're waiting till the day you have the cars you like, the house you like, see you tell yourself, I am rich, I am wealthy, or I am not poor. Great lifting, are you with us? She's obviously gone to the village. Okay. Is it by gifting people? No. I didn't want to sell it because if I sell it, it will still convert to cash. But I want to let go. Now, it teaches me detachment. And that is why, even if I'm broke to the last kobo, you still see me smiling. Even if I can't pay bills, you still see me smiling. I will still be happy. I will still do the things I'm supposed to do. You will never catch me depressed and say, hey, why am I going to get money for this? Or, hey, this thing is happening. No, because I'm not attached to anything. I'm not attached to anything. So why I mentioned if you're single, it's easy for me to do it because I'm not married yet. Because if I had wife in any of those scenarios I told you, it is war. To convince her to, auntie, we have to leave all of these things. We'll go and start life afresh. Elsewhere, say something. She will carry my picture to Shiloh quick and say, oh, Father, every power turning my husband's head upside down, died. She go turn me to prayer points. All right. So it's easier for me as a single person to do this. So, but it's building me, it's building my character. You can take any material, including my businesses, away from me. You can't affect me. Because the me that created the business in the first place is even better now than when it was. Excuse me, let me ask you this question. When we started Lenoflix, which now became Ziba, do you think the person that started Lenoflix and the Samavad of today, do you think we are at the same brain level? Do you think we are the same character capacity? So imagine if I'm now starting afresh right now, the kind of business I will build in the next 5 years. Excuse me. So why should I kill myself because you took my business away? Why should I get depressed because you took what is bringing money today away? The mind that created it is still there now, except you take my mind away. But if it's still there, God forget it. So I've proven to myself at least 3 times now that I can leave every material I have and still get it back in few months. Do you understand now? So let's go back to the definition we are giving. Broke versus poor. Broke. Broke simply means lack of cash to execute a specific project. Lack of enough cash to execute a certain specific project. So let me give you an example. If I am building, let's say, a house, and the next phase of the house, I need 30 million naira to complete the next phase of the house. But I have 25 million. And I'm trying to see how I can quickly raise 5 million so that I can balance it to be able to do the next phase of that construction. Then a good friend, very good, have probably known me for 20 years, reached out and said he's struggling to pay his rent and he needs 500,000 to balance the rent. Can I please loan or give him 500,000 to balance his rent? Then I replied him, my friend, this is not such a good time. I am so broke right now. I cannot afford 500K for you to be able to balance your rent. The question is, did I lie? Answer me in the comments. But guys, I have 25 million in my account. Aha, thank you. Okay, say yes, I lied. Thank you, finally. Vocabulary. Did I lie? I like you guys. Judah say, I lied. You lied. You can explain better. James, back to you. James, if it was you that I said, my friend, we have been friends for 20 years. Let me tell you the truth. I actually have 25 million, but I'm looking for 5 million to balance a project I'm trying to do. this your 500,000 that you're looking for. It will not be good for me to remove 500 from 25 million. Now I will have 24.5 million. Pity me too now. I cannot give you. James, how would you feel if I tell you that one? Thank you, Frank. Frank said, we never understand. James, come and comment now. How would you feel? You will say, Frenchie, I know you never loved me. I know he didn't care. I know he's just saying he's my friend with mouth. Yeah. You explain me to all our friends from school. Everybody that knew us will say, hey, that's Sam Harvard. He's a bad man. Imagine. He has 25 million. He cannot give me 500,000. So, all of you who said I lied, I did not lie. I did not lie. I just did not have 500K for my friend to pay his bill. Because at that point, I'm broke. Why? Because even my own project, I do not have enough cash to execute it. I have a pending project. It will cost me 30 million. I only have 25 million. I'm having a deficit of 5 million, for crying out loud. How can somebody that has minus 5 million be able to afford 500,000? Simple mathematics. It's simple mathematics. So in most cases, when people ask me for money like that, I tell them right now, I am also looking for this amount. But yes, I have these other amounts, but I'm looking for this amount too. So you are looking for 500,000. I'm looking for 5 million. Who is broker? My friend is having minus 500. Me, I'm having minus 5 million. Who is broker? Please, my video is going to be back in a jiffy. It is just a slight NEPA failure. Don't worry. I'll soon leave this country for now. I'll soon go back to where light know they go. Huh? They don't want me to leave. Do you understand now? So, that's how it works. Being broke is a temporary lack of cash to execute a particular project. Being broke is not lack of cash in the accounts. Because rich people know that the money in the bank account is not real money. Oh my God, this is another level. God. The money in the bank account is not real money. The money in the bank account does not exist. Do we have any banker here? Please type banker if you're a banker. You work in the bank. It is just a record of the bank ledger. It is not real money. It's not even physical paper money. The monies in our bank accounts, the banks does not have paper money to match that money. If you want to crash any bank, the biggest bank in Nigeria is probably Access Bank, because they just acquired one other bank. I don't know the name. If all customer of Access Bank wake up tomorrow morning and everybody go to the nearest branch to that and say they want to withdraw all the money they have in cash, Access Bank will crash that tomorrow. Their crash will never rise again. And there is no bank on this earth that can do that. So, all the monies in the bank account does not exist. Okay? So, being broke is not because you do not have money in the bank accounts. Being broke only happens when there is a need. and you don't have enough cash to meet that need at that moment. So it's a temporary state. Why? Because you have the ability to produce the cash to eventually meet the need in a matter of time. All right? So being poor is not being able to create money when there is a need. So the difference is that a broke man has value he can convert to money. It's only a matter of time. A poor person has concluded, I don't have. There's nobody to help me. This is not coming from anywhere. This is my definition. This lack is my definition. So let me quickly say this. If you ever hear from my mouth that I'm a billionaire, and you think that I have 2 billion, 3 billion, 10 billion naira in one Access Bank, UBA, Zenith Bank, or GT Bank, you must be, at best, you are naive. Huh? And if you hear of any billionaire like Dangote, and you think there is one bank in the world that Dangote account balance is so $1 billion, even $1 billion, then you are naive. The deeper you get in this, one day maybe God will allow me to teach you deeper. I taught this in 30 days challenge we did last year, April, by the way. You can have access to it inside 1K Club and go through. I broke the meaning of money and all of these things down in depth. All right, there's a higher level that I'm probably going to be teaching to the people I'm mentoring directly this year, later on. Money, as we know it, is not real. So, moment you understand this difference, you do not put your expectation and your happiness in bank balance or physical cash. Your happiness should be tied to your ability to generate, create, produce money whenever there is a need. Net worth are tied to assets. Assets, basic definition of asset, there are more advanced definitions, but the basic definition of asset is anything that can bring money into your pocket. As a matter of fact, continuously bring money into your pocket. So you can see the definition of poor is somebody that does not have what can bring money into his pocket. Definition of a broke person is someone that has what can bring money into his pocket but doesn't have enough cash, ready money to meet a particular need in a particular time. So that Mercedes you love to drive, you cannot buy it today because you don't have enough cash to buy it. Hence, you are broke. But you have the ability to generate the cash to buy it. It might take you 5 years. It doesn't matter. You buy the latest one in 5 years' time. But don't depress yourself because you are not driving the latest Benz today. It's not the Benz you have today that measures your wealth. Because a lot of people who have Benz today who will beg you tomorrow because they are poor even though they have a Benz. Hey. They don't have the capacity to reproduce that Benz if they lose it. You don't know how they got the Benz. And that's not even the subject of conversation. The subject of conversation is, should they lose that Benz? How many of them can still be alive? One. Number two, how many of them will be able to reproduce that Benz in the shortest possible time? So I don't envy anybody that has something I do not have today or that can do something I do not do tomorrow. I thank God for their life. God bless them. As a matter of fact, it's a proof to me that it is possible. It's a proof that it is possible. The fact that you are doing fine and all of that. If I want something that I cannot get now, I don't feel depressed. I know it's a matter of time. If I put what I know to action, With time, I will generate money to buy my own. I will generate money to do the things that I want to do myself. I might not do it today. It might take me 1 year to generate it, but as long as I do the work, as long as I put the value that I have to work to create the cash that I need, I will have it. I will have it. So the question everybody should ask themselves is, what asset, what value do I have? And what potential cash can the value I have produce? This is the difference between somebody that all he has is the first class degree or master's degree, that the best he can generate is a job that will pay $10,000 a month and will take him another 20 years or 10 years before he can double that income, versus somebody who is learning skills that can create solutions for multiple people tomorrow, and that person can generate $1 million after 5 years of hard work. There's none of you here that has been learning from me up to 5 years yet. So why are you telling yourself, I've been following you for 2 years, I'm not a millionaire yet? Why? You have not even done 5 years. It took me 14 years to learn the same thing you are learning now before me I saw any serious money. I don't say wait for 14 years. I'm only saying that I didn't give up for 14 years. I kept learning. Some of you need to listen to some of my speech back then. I was broker that I used to borrow suits. Recently, I met one of my younger brother's younger brother. And he put his brother on phone. His brother is now in Switzerland. So he was telling me back then, when I used to go and speak at different programs, financial empowerment, that it was his suit that he was invited to a program to come and hear a mighty empowerment speaker. And only for him to enter the event hall, and the main speaker was wearing his suit. So what had happened is this boy is squatting in my room. So he was not home. He has suit that his father gave him. And it was my size that year. I just looked for one nice one. I wore it. I combed my hair. I went to go and speak. So he was a guest. He was a guest invited to come and attend the financial empowerment program. And the keynote speaker that want to financially empower people is borrowing suits. So he was just laughing. When he was telling me, I was laughing. This was a few days ago. I was laughing. So I was still saying the same thing I'm teaching when I was borrowing suits. Today I can't borrow suits. By God's grace, if I need suit, I can buy. Eh? Yes. You are broke is a better vocabulary than you are poor. Regardless of what you lack, you must never say you are poor. You must never attach yourself to people who are poor. As a matter of fact, in your mind, you must know the class that you belong. I am different from poor people. You might not be able to pay rent. You might be living under the bridge. I don't care. You might not have eaten for lack of money to buy food. I don't care. But in your mind, never categorize yourself among the poor. Even if you see your classmate driving the latest Range Rover, you are not poor. You want the Range Rover, but you are broke to buy it now. But you are adding value to yourself such that you can produce money in a period of time, and you will buy your own latest Range Rover that year. God help your friend that is currently driving Range Rover now, if he doesn't have capacity to create more, if he loses what he currently has. Do you know how many times I've lost businesses? Do you know? Do you know how many times I've gone to zero and started again? You know, there's this thing they used to say in Yoruba language. They said a child might have more clothes than an elderly person, but can never have more rags than an elderly person. Experiences will always differentiate and distinguish the elderly from the children. No matter the knowledge you have as a child, you cannot have as much experience as an elderly person, because time is still going to make the difference. Time is still going to make the difference. So that is the difference between being broke and being poor. Okay? It is possible for a poor person to have money, but if he loses it, that's the end, because he cannot reproduce the process that brought the money. Let me shatter this table. Most ladies that are popular on social media today, most of them are poor. Because whatever brought the affluence, the money they show up, they cannot reproduce it, neither can they teach it or mentor it into someone else. They have material things, they have money, they can do whatever it is that they want to do. It makes sense. You know? I used to have one friend like that. He's a multi-billionaire. I mean, you will see some... he wants to go on a vacation with a lady. He won't fly with the ladies. He's in different countries. He moves around and all that. So maybe the lady is coming from Nigeria. So this is what the guy does. He books about 4 or 5 city trip for the girl. So the girl, obviously a celebrity, fine girl. I don't want to mention somebody's name. Went up business class from Nigeria, maybe to Doha through Qatar Airways. From there, from Doha to Maldives. We'll spend about 3 days or 4 days in Maldives. From Maldives, go to maybe Istanbul. From Istanbul, spend a couple of days there and then move to Paris. And from Paris, spend a couple of days there and then move maybe to the UK. And then we'll meet this guy maybe in Dubai. And in between all the trips, we'll pass through Dubai and spend a weekend. The guy doesn't have time, so he will only see this lady for 2 nights. And in 2 nights, the lady will pay for the whole trip. You know? We'll pay for the whole trip. There's even a guy that will not take one lady, will take like 2 of her friends along with her. And all of them will do girls' trip. But when these ladies are showcasing the pictures and videos taken from these multiple trips, they will never tell you that along the line they are meeting the sponsor in Dubai and this is the payment they have to make. So, if you are a lady and you live value creation activities and you start to admire the flamboyant life that all these ladies are showing, by the time it will dawn on you that that way that looks right ends in destruction, it will be too late. It will be too late. A lady will tell you that he's selling skincare products. And then he will buy a house of 100 million and a car of 70 million. Now, I wonder, let's assume this product is 10,000 naira. How many pieces of this product will you sell for you to have a revenue of 150 million? Somebody do the math for me. How many pieces would you sell? Did I say 170 million? Sorry, 170 million. Divided by 10,000. You have to sell 17,000 pieces of this product to have revenue of 170 million. What is the profit margin in this product? Let's say you even try. It is 50% profit. That's gross. We have not talked, that's cost of just raw material and creation. We've not talked about all the other payments you need to do. Like you do tax, you pay worker salary, you do all kinds of stuff. Whatever is left might just be 20% of this. All right. So out of the 170 million revenue of 17,000, what is direct profit is less than 20 million or 40 million. If you make 20 or 40 million, let's say it's even per month, which is impossible for all of these people. All right. Would you not put money back into the business to do more, to expand? Is the next thing for you to buy a 70 million car or house? Are you getting where I'm going? Some of them will say they are selling air. How many pieces of air are you buying? What is the profit margin? Where's your tax clearance that proves the profit you are making? And who spends all his profit into buying, material things and still remain in business, by the way? What kind of business practice? Which business school did they go to? So you are saying proper money laundering. Do you know one of the money laundering tactics is that people who have money to launder? I'm about to shatter a table completely. I'm going to whisper this. Let me just pick an hypothetical scenario. A rich politician that has money that is not clean will pick 3 celebrity ladies and plan trips for them every month to exotic places. Like I just explained, different, and then load them with a lot of cash. And they will travel to this location because they are celebrities. They are known everywhere. They will give them some kind of passage and respect. They will fly first class because that's the easiest way for them not to harass you. And then they will move this money for these people. All right? From places to place. What is their own benefit? They get maybe $10,000 per trip. And then all the enjoyment on the trip is also for them. And they will tell you they are selling skincare. Why am I always saying skincare? Maybe that's the most popular thing they sell. Makeup, or they are selling hair or whatever. And they make all these expensive trips. First class to a simple place is between $10,000 to $25,000 first class ticket. I know it because I fly it. In Nigeria of today, that's about 12 million naira to 30 million naira for one leg. No be return flight though. One leg. No be return flight at the talk. So which products are they selling? They are making that kind of money. All right. So why am I going into all of these things? Some of them say, a lot of things. So it's all money laundering acts. The real thing that is producing all the money they are spending is not public, it's private. So they will say another person has a bar, and somebody that has bar, how many drinks are they selling per night? What is profit margin per drink? Are they paying tax? And then because he's selling drink, he now buys private jets. It is well. Anyway, I went into all of these things because I wanted to deliver one person from the pressure of social media. Because the people you see as role model that you try to say God when they flaunt affluence, they are poor. They are poor. Let me ask you a question. I won't mention the name of this brand, but there's a brand of a young man that does crypto. And he was so rich that he even sponsored one of Big Brother some years ago. Who knows where the guy is today? Or the brand? We had I paid $2 billion to sponsor Big Brother that year. Do you know where he is today? Do you know what he was doing really? Guys, if you don't know things, if you don't know things, do you know that when cryptocurrency started, the people who used to give celebrities money to travel and carry money for them, they don't do that anymore. They convert it to crypto. And then they move it in crypto today. So they go with crypto. Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. Now USDT a lot. Somebody contacted me some time ago and said they want to sell over $100 million in cash and convert to USDT. Do I have supplier that can be doing $5 million per day? And me, if I do that thing and I'm earning 1% of that, you know how much that will be? And I will come here and come and say, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you first secret of wealth. I will not tell you to go and convert stolen money to USDT. Abi, I will not tell you. So, guys, never pressure yourself. Wealth or money, I will get to that. Riches or being poor is when you don't have ability to produce wealth. You don't have value to produce wealth. Money might come, but can you reproduce it? Should you lose everything, how long will it take you to reproduce it? So if you're broke, it's temporary. Broke is only clear when there's something to buy. If there's nothing to buy, it doesn't matter. See, that's why we're all right, guys. So I've shared 3 with you. Are you ready for the final one tonight? So we've talked about interpretation and translation. We've talked about emulation and imitation. We talk about broke versus poor, and you know the meaning now. All right. I wanted to talk about the power of words. The power of words is supernatural. Even in the Bible, they said that everything that appeared were made through words. And outside of the Bible, the traditional powers or extraterrestrial powers or let me say charm. A charm does not work without incantation. How many of you know that? The charm only works when words are spoken to it. And there are different incantations for different charms. If you say the wrong incantation, even if the entire preparation of the charm is correct, it will not function. All right. So incantation is what make a charm works. There's one they taught us when we were small. How many of you understand Yoruba? I want to do incantation right now. Should I do incantation for you? They taught me this when I was in secondary school. Let me see if I can remember it. Akakatirika awaro. Akakatirika ní sáwọ́ wọn lóde Ifẹ̀. Tó dífá fún tinú adé tí ń sọmọ bíbí inú tó yèbí. Táwọn ọ̀tá ni ó kúrò nílé kan ní ọmọ ẹ lọ. Ó ní ọmọdé ìbomi ṣọ̀tá. Àgbà kì í bódò yòdì. A kì í bínú omi kájúná sómi. A kì í bínú odò kájúná sódò. Ohun rere làkèrè fi pòjò. Ohun rere. Kára ilé ọmọ fẹ́mi, ohun rere làkèrè fi pòjò. Ohun rere kára àtà ọmọ fẹ́mi, ohun rere làkèrè fi pòjò. Ohun rere. Sorry, I cannot interpret. I cannot translate that in English. Oh my God, my memories are sharp. God, that was from GSS 1. That was from GSS 1. So that's a form of incantation. These things I just said casually, if some materials are mixed together in some kind of ways, and I speak those words to them, it starts to create supernatural things. So it is still vocabulary. A collective words in a specific language. Don't worry. It doesn't matter. Don't worry. You don't need to understand the language I'm speaking. Vocabulary. Hope somebody's not writing it down. Don't write the incantations down. All right. So, vocabulary. It is the difference between where you are and where you want to be. The right words, the kind of words you speak. So, I'm changing some words for you today, and I'm giving you the meaning of it so that when you speak it, you know what it means, you know what it represents, and it also guides you in the things that you're trying to do. So the final one tonight, this is just introduction to the class. I should show you money incantation. That's what I'm showing you so far. All I've been teaching you is money incantation since. Hey, whoa. But there's a lot of power in these things. Let me tell you a personal story. I made confession about a lady for about 3 months. We were dating actually. So I made some confessions about the relationship for about 3 months and all that. It took me 10 years to get over her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 years. Hillary. A lot of power. If I want anybody to fall in love with me like this, I will just write some kind of confession in some kind of way, and I'll start to say it every day. The person will just be thinking about me, you know. I'm joking, though. For some of you, come and send me DM. Sir, there's this girl. I need you to. Oh, God. All right, are you ready for the last one? Nene, smile. Aha, that's good. Are you ready for the last one? All right, fantastic. Now, all of you should know this one because I'm sure I taught it recently. What is the difference between money and wealth? What is the difference between money and wealth? As a matter of fact, I should not even explain this. All of you should be able to tell me this because so far tonight, you should already know where this is going or what the difference is. What's the difference between money and wealth? Wow. Money is currency, while wealth is the days you can survive without working. Okay, good. Wealth is the value that produces money. Hey, oi, 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 oi. That one touched me. It touched me. The value of my net worth is wealth. Money is cash at hand. Money is a byproduct of being wealthy. Hey. I love this. God. Oh, God bless you people. Thank God. Thank God. Money is the means to an end, while wealth is the source of the money. Hey, Adekunle Son. Oh, God. Thank you. Wealth is personality, while money is possession. Okay. Hope people are screenshotting these comments. These are golden definitions, guys. Wealth is generational riches. Money is a product of wealth. That's another angle. Wealth is what you know that can produce money. Toluwani, God bless you. Money is cash at hand. Wealth is asset plus relationship. Oh shit. Money is measurable. Wealth is immeasurable. Oh. Wealth means relationship and idea and personality. Okay. That's good. Money is tangible while wealth is intangible. Fantastic. Fantastic. Ah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for these comments. Let me check them out on YouTube. What are they saying for me on YouTube? Anybody on YouTube giving me any definition? Are we still there on YouTube? YouTube people are not commenting. You know, there's a bit of lag in YouTube anyway, so most times. Money is the currency. Wealth is the value that can produce money at will. Fantastic. Money is paper, while wealth is value. Ademola, God bless you. Nice one. Let me bust your bubble. Money answereth all things. Bam. Wealth refers to total assets and resources someone possesses, including tangible and intangible items like real estate investment, money. On the other hand, money on the other hand is a specific form of currency that represents the medium of exchange. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, my sister. Money is paper, cash, physical possession. Wealth is ability and capacity to continue to produce money. Okay. Money is created while wealth is generated over time. Money is perception, currency, and paper. Wealth is immeasurable cash from the air that is turned into asset value and investment in oneself, relationship, influence, goodwill. Yeah. Wealth is intrinsic, money is extrinsic. Oh shit, game do. Money is the byproduct of wealth. Oh. All right, you guys have answered it and you all did well. You all did well. I am very impressed with your answers. I'm very, very impressed with your answers. You all did well. So I want to make it very easy for you, especially if there's anybody who hasn't commented because what do you mean? I don't know the same thing. Money, there's another way of saying the same thing. In case you do not know, remember we're talking about vocabulary. So the easiest way to understand these two that I want to apply today is the concept of the chicken and the egg. The chicken and the egg. One is egg, the other is the chicken. One is egg, the other is the chicken. Fantastic. Tech savvy mama. Mwah. You got it perfectly. So money is the egg. Wealth is the chicken. There are times that the chicken does not have any egg yet, or is not laying at that time. If I have a layer, healthy layer, one, and Mr. B has a crate of egg, which of the two of us would you prefer? Mr. B that has a crate of egg, or me that has a healthy layer and no egg yet? He has not laid yet, but I have an healthy layer, chicken where they lay egg. And then Mr. B has a crate of egg. He doesn't have any chicken. So Because the owner of the chicken does not have egg that is playing with, and the owner of a crate of egg has a lot of egg that is showcasing tomorrow today, does not mean tomorrow he will not come and beg the one who has the chicken to give him or buy more eggs from him. So anytime somebody buys the latest version of a car, I don't feel depressed or feel like I'm not doing well in life, because that car is the egg. The layer of the egg is the owner of the company that produces the cars. Did you get it? When someone buys a car, I celebrate them, I congratulate them. But I don't feel bad about my situation because I also want a similar car, but I cannot afford it. I know that that car or whoever buys such a car has only bought an egg. There is something bigger than that car, which is the person who owns the company that produces the car. That is what I should rather strive to become like, so I can produce as many cars as possible. I should not ask myself, how many Range Rover do I have? I should ask myself, how many shares do I have in a Range Rover company? Okay, Nene is the one that's asking that funny question. Now, that question you ask is amazing. Do you know why? Because a lot of you have chicken that can produce egg, but you are slaughtering it and you are eating it. Some of you have listened to me for 3 months. The knowledge you have gathered alone can build a company that can make $100,000. But you don't take care of it, nurture it, put it in a situation where it can produce egg, which is the money that you really need to buy things. People don't eat or collect chicken from you. It is egg that they collect from you. So when you have a chicken that can lay egg and you don't take care of it to produce egg, you will have the chicken, you never have the egg. And you may get so starved that you now keep begging people who have eggs to give you 2 eggs or 1 egg so that you can boil and chop too. All right, so having a chicken does not automatically mean you're going to have egg, because chickens will not just lay egg automatically. You got to feed them, put them in the right place, and then they produce. Okay? So it is very important. So it's a case of having a resources, but you don't know how to use the resources. You still don't have it. Remember last week I told you that the best is not known. The best at anything you know is not the best at that thing. Those people you know are just the best known at that thing. The people who are really the best in true sense of being the best are often not known. So the same way, the fact that you have ability to generate money, if you don't put it to work, you are not going to get the money. If I ever am broke at getting something, why me I laugh? It's because I know I have the capacity to produce the money. But I know I've not done the things that I needed to do. That's why I didn't have the money. So I start laughing. So when the thing choke me, where I say, oh yeah, let's get to work. So what do we have? What do we have? What can we create? Do you understand? So wealth is having a chicken. It takes time to grow the chicken. But when the chicken matures and is well taken care of, it will keep on producing egg for the rest days of his life. When you start to produce egg with your chicken, you sell the egg so that you can buy more chicken that you can grow again. So you have multiple chickens producing egg, and you keep going down the line till you get to a point where even if you kill part of the chicken chop, you have other chicken producing more eggs. Do you get it? Okay. So, a lot of people, they are running after money. A lot of people are running after money. It's a wrong thing to run after. Never run after money. Let money run after you. So the question is, any money you have in your account right now, God, this is a word for one person actually. Any money you have in your account right now, if it's not up to what you need, it is a seed. Buy a chicken with that money. Some of you needs to buy more chicken. You have one already. It has not started laying eggs. But the kind of destiny you have, you need 10 chickens. Now, I'm speaking prophetically to somebody now. I'm not talking to all of you. I'm talking to one person. Where you are going, the kind of hearts that God has given you, the kind of future you have, you will need maybe 100 chicken. You only have one. And it has not even started producing. But you have a few eggs. Sell that egg and buy more chicken. So whatever money you have now is not enough. Sow it. What do I mean by sowing? Please let me clarify. Don't go yet. Oh, yeah. Oh. Don't go and dash somebody and say so. No. Invest it in yourself. All right? Invest it in yourself to learn more. Pay for mentorship. Pay for... why did I mention pay for mentorship? My year mentorship, I want to open it to 100 people. All right? I want to open it to 100 people. There's something I want to do in the month of March, actually. But I don't want to mention it here. But if God lays in my heart before I close today, I'll talk about it. But please invest in yourself. Develop your ability to make more money, which means increase the number of chicken you have and develop them to be able to produce more eggs. Guys, if I mention how much I spent on buying courses in this January alone, it will shock some of you. That is me. Oh. If me, still they carry money, pay for courses, how much more you? Let me even test. How many of you have paid for a course this year, this January, between January 1 and January 22nd? How many of you have bought at least one course? Type how much you have spent or the number of courses you have paid for between January 1 and today. Please, ladies and gentlemen, you see the number of people that are in this class. See the serious ones. See 2 courses. 700K. Fantastic. You see, by the time we get to December, we now start asking how many people made millions and billions. You see few people will be talking. See them. Oh. And those of you that have not spent anything or any cost, conscience is pricking you right now as we are talking. You are wondering. You think you have overgrown paying for... I still mean your mentor. I still they pay for course. At least for those of you who call me mentor, I still they buy. I bought like 5 now. This month. If I tell you how much, it will shock you. And I didn't just buy courses, so it's only the 2 that I bought 2 days ago that I've not consumed. And there was one that was a live class. I attended part of the live class because I had another class, but they sent me the replay. I think I should be consuming that replay with the remaining 2 courses, 3 this new week. I have a new note that I'm using. I bought this. This is brand new. I bought this specially for my learning this year. I might use up to 3 or 4 of these before the end of the year because each one is not enough. It's not enough. I've started to tear stuff inside. How did they even open this first? See, I have multiple color. I have red color. I have blue color. See, listing and drawing charts. Now, so I dey learn. See, and I'm not learning because I want to come and teach you. I'm learning to improve myself. I'm learning to improve myself. Okay? So there is no short-term success that doesn't have a long-term investment behind it. So one of the big lessons that I taught you at the beginning of this year is there any money you will spend this year, because this year is very uncertain. Oh, we are praying that the world does not end this year. That's how big, that's how deep the uncertainty is. You must be able to be sure how it's going to bring more money to you. When you're about to spend, how can I make more money from this? All right? How can I make more money from this? So I want to do something interesting. How many of you would like to not only learn from me, you want me to be on your case to make sure that you not only learn, but you implement the things you learn, and you want me to discipline you if you default? I want you to type 222. So I want to put together a group of 100 people. Now I want you to listen to this thing I'm about to say. A group of 100 people. And I will give you tasks to perform every day, not every week. There's a weekly task, of course, but there's a daily task you will perform. And I will be on your neck like this. Till you perform the tasks. Now, this will last for 100 days. All right? At the end of the 100 days, you would have learned so much. Number one. Number two, you would have done so much. Not only learn, you would do. You would have learned so much and you would have done so much that part of the results for the least of you is that you would have doubled whatever you pay to join the challenge. Now listen. If you join this challenge for 100 days and you did not make double of whatever you paid, and you did my assignment and you follow the steps, personally, I will give you double of whatever you paid. Now, this is what will make it interesting. I will sign a contract with you at the beginning. And you will sign contract too. That if you do this and you did not make money, I will double your money for you. But if you miss any of my assignments, I will charge you and punish you. So, it's a crazy challenge. I didn't want to talk about this until Make It Work challenge that is going to happen in February. But I didn't know why my mouth went into this. So I need 100 people only. This will cost only $1 per day. Not a lot of money. $1 per day. That is a simple $100. So after 100 days, if you do not get this thing done, I'll give you $200. No question asked. All right? Only $100 for 100 days. $1 per day. That's what this is costing you. It will include training. It will include practice and things you go and do and all of that per day. It will all be broken down for you. You go and follow it and you do daily reports. It's not something that will take more than 2 hours out of your 24 hours. Just about 2 hours out of your 24 hours. That's all that you need to put into it. All right? So that is the stuff. So how many of you are interested in being part of this? Only $100. That's $1 per day. You'll not be paying me $1 every day. Oh, please get it right. You pay the $100 before you start. So don't think don't worry. If it's $1, I just transfer you $1. So after I transfer for 3 days, I say I'm not doing it again. I'll run away. No, you pay the $100 first, and then you go through the. But if you break it down, it's like $1 every day for 100 days. So I will know all your name, your phone number, your house address. I can appear in your house if I like. You will sign contracts, and then we're going to begin. Okay? So, if you are interested, you can be, because we're going to do Make It Work Challenge in February, and that's where we will launch it, because the challenge will start in March. All right? So, but you can be part of them now. Please, it's only open for 100. You are more than 100 that is here already. Okay? What of those in another country? Caroline, let me announce. My name is Sam Harvard. By God's grace, I can enter any country on this planet. Except I don't want to go. There are some countries I'm beefing. So I can come to. Don't dare me. Okay. So, so how many of you are interested in joining this? Let me know. Okay. Somebody say, apart from the 100, what's the question, Frank? Is there any other money you pay? I don't know yet. But you won't pay me. You don't need to pay me any other money. You don't need to pay me any other money. That's all. All you're paying for, one, is the knowledge and the task that I want to give you. Then most importantly is the monitoring spirits. Because I know a lot of you have courses, but you are lazy to watch it. You are lazy to implement. But you want someone to come and hold you by the neck. And so, yeah, Alele, go and do this. All right? So in the contract, if you miss a task, I will charge you for it. All right? What I will charge you will depend on who you are and your excuses for missing the task. All right? Because it's possible that somebody is pregnant and is giving birth during the challenge. I will excuse you for that one. But if you are not giving birth, or you are not admitted to the hospital, and you miss my task, you are in trouble. All right? So that is that. So what I want you to do is, those of you who are interested, I'm going to give you a group to join. Which group should I use now? Should I use Telegram group? You don't have to pay the full money if you do not have it now. All you need to do between today and tomorrow is do a deposit. All right? So that deposit is held for you all through between now and February to pay the balance. But your deposit must be $50 minimum. And that will be at 1,300 naira to $1. So that's 130K if you are in Nigeria. Please, if I use WhatsApp, a lot of people might not be able to join. No, I don't know how they will do it. So, okay, let's try WhatsApp then. I'm going to drop a WhatsApp. I'm going to drop a WhatsApp link. How am I going to do that now, Seth? All right. I didn't think about this before. That's why I'm just creating it. Casey, chat me if you are still online. Casey or Kelvin, either of you, chat me on WhatsApp now if you are still online. Yeah, you can pay through USDT. Yes, you can pay through, can pay in dollars, can pay. Okay, Casey has chatted me. So Casey, that's the link. Post it in the, on the, what's the name of this thing? On the Zoom. All right, I'm going to post on YouTube now for those who want to be a part of it. So join that group. I'm going to give you payment options so that you can do your payments if you want to, and then we'll transfer you to a permanent group based on the amount you have paid. The minimum you can do is half, so you can do that in the next 24 hours. But as soon as we hit 100, we are off. So if we can get 100 from amongst those who are live here, great. If not, we'll do it. We'll do that later. We'll get the 100 later. But those of you who want to be part of this, yes, Bisoye, this is different. Your own is more private. Your own is more private. By the way, there are 10 people that I want to do personal mentorship for 10 months this year. All right. I will have a general session and one-on-one session with them every month. And this is supposed to cost $20,000 per session, but they are getting the entire thing for only $1,000. So if you have $1,000 here and you would like to be part of these 10 people, I think I have 3 or 4 or 5 of them, I'm not sure how many, I have to check, that have paid for this. Please reach out so that you can be a part of these 10. This is different from this 100. So just 10 people, this is one-on-one. All right. So if you want that, get that if you can afford it. If you cannot, do this $100 own. It's a group thing, 100 people only. If you are more than 100, it's a lot of numbers. All right. So it's difficult to monitor. All right. Even this 100, I will still group into platoons and then be able to monitor your tasks. But trust me, you get daily tasks for 100 days. Simple things that you can do. Very simple things that you can do. I'll give you scripts for different things that you are doing, and go and practice the scripts and come and tell me your feedback. All right. In the group. So, Casey, have you dropped the link? Casey, post to inside Zoom so that everybody can have it. I can't see you. Okay, so Casey has posted the link. Please join that WhatsApp group if you want to be part of the 100. If you want to be part of my 10 directs, please chat me privately. You people have my number, or Casey can also post my number again so that they can have it. I want to post this on the YouTube as well, so that those who are watching on YouTube and want to be a part of it can also all right, so I just posted the group. If you are watching on YouTube, you can put it there. But if you're on Zoom, please join. You're going to be able to be a part of that. And if you would like to be one of the personal stuff, you can also send me a message on that. All right. So let's get back to class. So I've shared with you 4 different vocabularies or comparison of words that people use interchangeably, but they mean heaven and earth. They mean 2 different things. All right. We talked about interpretation and translation. We talked about emulation and imitation. We talked about broke and poor. And we talked about money and wealth. Okay. So I want you to incorporate this into your vocabularies and help me finally do a research. What are the common vocabularies rich people use? All right. And find a way to twist it into your own vocabulary and be able to use it. Okay. Okay. Screen is gone. Where did the screen go to? It's still here. All right, fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being part of the class. I'll see you on Sunday for the next meeting. Please make sure you be a guest here. If you'd like to be part of our community, you can join our community through Ziba Affiliate Network. You can join through 1K Club. You can just reach out to the person that sent you this video link on YouTube and get their link to be able to join us. We are not expensive, just chicken the money, and then you get to enjoy. We want to go into our own meeting now, and we'd like you to excuse us. Thank you. Have fun. God bless you. Have a nice week.